Wu Jinchul's subordinate reported about the C-rank dungeon incident involving the E-rank Jinwoo and the D-rank Jinho. He first explained about Jinho's fancy equipment, so Wu Jinchul thought that nothing was unusual if he managed to clear the dungeon. However, his subordinate mentioned Jinwoo and the deceased Wang Dongsuk, so Wu Jinchul finally realized why he was informed about this incident. Jinwoo came back home after buying some fried chicken and booze. He also explained that he would be able to cover their mom's hospital bills and other expenses. Jinho was glad, but she was also surprised, as Jinwoo was usually a cheapskate. While eating, Jinho asked if Jinwoo had had a really strong party in his previous raid since he returned without a single injury. She also asked if it was easy to beat the bad guys. Jinwoo affirmed, as he remembered how he killed every member of Dongsuk's party without hesitation, and he was a little annoyed that they thought they had a chance against him. He wondered if the increase in his level also made him bolder, as he was even fine after killing some humans. Jinho noticed that he was spacing out, but Jinwoo told her that he just forgot his change, so she complained that she worried for nothing. Afterwards, Jinwoo reminded himself that his priority was to get stronger for his family, and he was willing to kill again if he was put in the same situation. At the same time, he noticed that the system was actually detoxifying the alcohol he was drinking. Jinwoo left the remaining food for Jinho, and after entering his room, he noticed the health and longevity buff that was disabling toxic and abnormal conditions and improving the regeneration of his body. He realized that it was the reward from the double dungeon, and it was why his limbs had regenerated. Jinwoo fell asleep, so Jinho had to wake him up when he got a call from Jinho. She also noticed the cans of beer on his table. She thought he was drinking too much, and she declared that she wouldn't take care of him once she became a doctor. Jinho was glad that he could meet Jinwoo again, as he owed him his life, but Jinwoo thought that the share of essence stones he gave him and the fact that he kept what happened a secret had evened it out. So he just asked what Jinho wanted. Jinho tried to bring up starting a strike team, but Jinwoo wasn't interested, and he wanted to leave, so Jinho had to explain that he was trying to complete 19 more raids to gain the qualification to become a guild master. He also explained that his father wanted to establish a guild and have an S-rank hunter be the guild master. However, among the 7 S-rank hunters in Korea, 6 are already part of a guild, while the only one not affiliated has already retired. And poaching was also not an option, as they would make an enemy of the guild that they would poach from. Jinwoo could understand why Yujin Constructions wants their own guild, as essence stones and magic crystals weren't the only valuable things inside the dungeon, as even the beast carcasses were also valuable materials. Jinho also explained that since his brother wasn't a hunter, he wanted to qualify as a guild master, and his father would be more convinced if he completed all the raids with an E rank like Jinwoo. Jinho thought it was also beneficial for Jinwoo, as he could hide his real strength while completing raids with him. However, he also chose Jinwoo, as not only was he stronger than B rank, but he thought he could also trust him. Jinho offered a building worth 30 billion won in exchange for 19 successful raids. However, Jinwoo already understood his potential to even surpass S rank because of his ability to level up. But since he was still uncertain of its other effects on him, he thought it would be a risk to work with someone else, so he declined Jinho's offer. Jinho was desperate, so he wanted to use Jinwoo's secret against him. But he only realized that he messed up after seeing Jinwoo's expression. Meanwhile, Wang Dongsu had finally heard about his brother's death. He immediately asked for the other survivors' details, as he was certain that his brother was murdered. He was determined to kill Jinwoo and Jinho, so he asked for the consequences of killing someone abroad. Laura explained that they might be able to negotiate for a reduced sentence, so Dongsu wanted to change his schedule and proceed with his plan. However, Laura explained that it would affect their guild's business, so instead, Dongsu asked her to add it to his schedule, and he hoped that Jinwoo and Jinho could survive until he got some free time for them. Jinwoo was surprised that Jinho wanted to join him on his exercise. She declared that she just wanted to be healthy, but Jinwoo knew she was worried about her weight after eating all the fried chicken he bought. Jinwoo asked Jinho what she would do if she had 30 billion won. She explained that she would put some aside for their mom's hospital bill and her tuition, but she had no idea where to use the rest as it didn't seem realistic anyway. Jinwoo agreed, but he suddenly ran ahead while telling Jinho not to try to keep up with him. After completing his daily quest, Jinwoo was about to claim the rewards when he noticed that his tasks could exceed what was required of him. He was curious how high it could go, so he decided to continue his exercises, and his progress only stopped after he doubled the requirements. Afterwards, the daily quest turned into a secret quest, and aside from the usual rewards, Jinwoo was also given both the cursed random loot box and a blessed random loot box. Jinwoo chose to open the blessed loot box first, and he received another key to an instance dungeon called the Demon's Castle. He was shocked to see that it has an acquisition difficulty of S, but what shocked him more was that he could obtain the elixir of life ingredients from the dungeon. Knowing that it could cure any illness, including her mom's eternal slumber, he thought the choice was obvious, and he immediately opened the dungeon's gate. Considering the S-rank acquisition difficulty, Jinwoo thought that there would be something on the level of Jeju Island, which even the S-rank hunters of Korea failed to raid. Jinwoo was uncertain if he could handle threats at the level of S-rank, and he couldn't help but feel some fear. He planned to escape using the teleportation stone he saved if he was in a hopeless situation. However, he was determined to get stronger, level up more, and he told himself that he wouldn't die inside the dungeon. Even after seeing the Hell's Gatekeeper, Cerberus, Jinwoo used his Wolf Assassin title to increase his damage before using his dash skill to get closer to the beast. However, his attacks barely caused any damage. Because of this, he relied on his murder intent skill to reduce the beast's abilities, but its debuff was cancelled out. And even when he managed to apply his dagger's debuff by stabbing the beast, it had the same outcome, and instead the Cerberus speed caught him off guard, as it managed to reach him and bite off his arm. It also tried to crush Jinwoo, so he immediately lost a third of his HP. However, Cerberus' onslaught didn't stop there. It used its rage skill to double all of its abilities, and Jinwoo was sent flying after receiving its attack. Jinwoo had no choice but to use his full recovery, and he also managed to stab the beast's eye. But it wasn't affected at all as it continued to toy around with Jinwoo, causing massive damage and sending him away with every attack. Jinwoo's willpower buff activated when his HP dropped to 30%, reducing the damage he received by 50%. However, all he could do currently was hide. He realized that what he was experiencing was not a normal reawakening, as he was receiving a warning about every danger to his life. He thought of using the teleportation stone, as he realized that it was too risky to wait for Cerberus' rage skill to expire. But he lost his teleportation stone after taking another hit from Cerberus. While hiding, Jinwoo remembered about the system's store, and he bought some healing potion to recover some HP. And while thinking of ways to survive, he saw Kasaka's venom gland in his inventory. He consumed it to gain a 20% damage reduction while hoping that its poison would be neutralized by his system. Jinwoo's gamble was successful, but Cerberus finally found him. Luckily, its rage skill has worn off, and Jinwoo's attack has started to cause some damage. However, it was still too strong for Jinwoo, and he barely had any HP left after getting caught in its fangs. But Jinwoo refused to give up as he continued to stab its eye, and even when the beast was slamming him against the buildings, he refused to stop until it died. Jinwoo received a notification after defeating the beast, also showing that he gained multiple levels. He also recovered completely and received multiple items, including the key to the Demon Castle, and the formula for the elixir of life. After fighting Cerberus, he realized how weak he was currently. He was certain that he would die if he entered the castle, so he decided against it. However, he declared that he would be back soon. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy this video, and please subscribe so you won't miss the next part. And just comment down any anime you want to see in this channel.